Hey coin lovers! Welcome to the Worth Old Coins channel, your place to discover the hidden value and rare facts about old coins. In today's video, we're revealing the top 4 valuable coins, and one of them might just be in your collection. So don't skip this video. Let's find out their real worth. Top 1. The 1 franc 1960 coin of France is a profoundly symbolic and historically rich artifact from a critical juncture in the nation's modern evolution, reflecting both the rebirth of France's monetary system and the enduring identity of the French Republic. Minted in the pivotal year of 1960, this coin marks the official introduction of the nouveau franc, a new currency implemented under the leadership of President Charles de Gaulle. This reform was a bold economic strategy designed to stabilize the nation's post-war economy, which had suffered from rampant inflation during the 1940s and 1950s. With this reform, one new franc was made equivalent to 100 old francs, and the 1 franc coin became a vital unit of the new, more stable currency system. The 1961 franc coin thus carries immense historical value as the first of its kind, the birth of a monetary era that would last until France adopted the euro in 2002. It is a coin that doesn't just represent commerce, but confidence, structure, and national revival. On the obverse front of the coin is the elegant and timeless figure of La Muse, or the Sewer, a national personification of the French Republic. Designed by master engraver Oscar Roti in the late 19th century, this image was first used on silver coinage of the Third Republic and later adapted for modern coins. La Semuse is depicted in graceful motion, walking leftward, sowing seeds from her right hand as the sun rises in the background. She wears a long flowing robe and the Phrygian cap, an ancient symbol of liberty often associated with revolutionary France. Her gesture is symbolic, sowing the seeds of a better future, echoing the spirit of optimism, growth, and republicanism that defined the new franc reform. Above her, inscribed in capital letters, is the national, affirming the sovereign identity of France. The reverse back of the 1960 1 franc coin features a minimalist yet striking design centered around the denomination 1 franc, prominently displayed in bold capital letters. Just beneath it is the year 1960, marking its status as the first year of the new monetary standard. Surrounding the denomination is an intricate wreath composed of olive branches, oak leaves, and acorns. These botanical elements are deeply symbolic. Olive branches represent peace and diplomacy, oak leaves signify strength, resilience, and endurance, and acorns point to growth and potential. These motifs connect the coin to the land, tradition, and values of France. Below the date, tiny mint marks may be found, the most common being the cornucopia, symbolizing abundance and representing the money de Paris mint, which was responsible for producing the coin. The coin is struck in nickel, a hard and corrosion-resistant metal that gives it a silver-like appearance while making it highly durable for everyday use. The coin has a weight of approximately 6 grams, a diameter of 24 millimeters, and a smooth edge. Its modest size and robust material allowed it to circulate efficiently and withstand the daily handling of millions of French citizens. In 1960, this coin could purchase small essentials such as bread, coffee, or a newspaper, making it an integral part of day-to-day transactions. Its design was not only practical but artistically expressive, elevating a simple monetary unit into a cultural emblem. The historical backdrop of the 1961 franc coin is critical to understanding its importance. Post-war France was emerging from a period of political instability and economic uncertainty. The creation of the Fifth Republic in 1958 brought a new constitution and stronger executive leadership under de Gaulle. The monetary reform of 1960 was not just economic, it was a statement of national renewal, aimed at restoring international confidence in the French economy. The issuance of the new franc signaled a return to fiscal discipline and a break from the old inflation-prone system. Therefore, the 1961 franc coin is more than a new denomination. It is a tangible piece of France's economic rebirth and a symbol of national resilience and pride. Although the 1961 franc coin was produced in large quantities for circulation and is relatively common today in collector circles, it holds enduring numismatic value due to its historical significance as the first coin of the new franc era. In uncirculated condition, or with rare mint mark variations, it becomes an even more attractive addition to numismatic collections. Its appeal lies not just in its metal content or rarity, but in its role as a cultural and political artifact, a compact symbol of a France renewed and redefined. In conclusion, the 1960 French 1 franc coin is a masterful blend of artistic beauty, symbolic depth, and economic meaning. It represents a cornerstone moment in French monetary history, the launch of a new, stable currency system while embracing traditional republican imagery through La Semuse and its botanical symbolism. Durable in form and rich in meaning, it is a coin that tells a compelling story of national transformation, and it continues to be cherished by historians, collectors, and anyone interested in the story of modern France. Top 2. The 1 franc 1964 coin of France holds a distinctive place in French numismatic history. As a symbol of post-war recovery, republican values, and modern national identity during the formative years of the Fifth Republic, minted just 4 years after the introduction of the nouveau franc in 1960, a currency reform that replaced the inflated old franc at a rate of 100 to 1. This coin represented the confidence and economic rebalancing of a country striving for renewal. Under the leadership of President Charles de Gaulle, by 1964, the French economy was experiencing strong growth during the period known as Les Trente Glorieuses, 30 years of post-war prosperity, and this coin stood as a practical symbolic, the marker of that modern resurgence, serving as both a daily monetary tool and an artistic embodiment of national ideals. The 1 franc coin connected millions of citizens to a shared experience of economic participation and patriotic pride. The obverse front side of the 19641 franc coin features the iconic image of La Sameuse, the sewer, a powerful female figure long used in French coinage and political symbolism. Designed by renowned engraver Oscar Rodi in the late 19th century, La Sameuse is shown walking leftward, gracefully sowing seeds with her right hand while sunlight radiates behind her. She wears a flowing classical gown and a Phrygian cap, a symbol of freedom dating back to the French Revolution. Her confident stride and the wind-swept motion of her robe suggest progress, hope, and strength. The motif reinforces the Republican message of cultivating a better future both agriculturally and ideologically, and reflects the deep-rooted connection between France's agricultural traditions and civic values. Encircling the image is the bold, declaring the sovereignty and democratic character of the French nation. On the reverse backside, the design is clear and classically inspired. The denomination 1 franc appears prominently in the center of the coin, with the year of issue, 1964. Placed just below. Surrounding this central inscription is a beautiful and symbolic wreath composed of olive branches, oak leaves, and acorns. The olive branch symbolizes peace and harmony, the oak leaves denote strength and stability, and the acorns represent growth and continuity, all values that define the emerging identity of modern France during this era. Below the date, collectors will often find mint marks. The cornucopia horn of plenty is the hallmark of the money de Paris Mint, representing abundance and prosperity, while a nearby privy mark identifies the chief engraver in charge of the coin's production. The coin is minted in pure nickel, which gives it a sleek, silver-like appearance and exceptional durability in circulation. It has a mass of 6 grams, a diameter of 24 millimeters, and features a smooth plain edge, making it easy to identify by touch. Nickel was chosen not only for its resilience but for its resistance to corrosion, ensuring the coin's longevity in both physical and symbolic terms. At the time of issue, the 1 franc coin had practical purchasing power sufficient to buy a loaf of bread, a newspaper, or a tram ride, and it was a staple of French wallets, pockets, and purses throughout the 1960s and 1970s. The historical backdrop of the 1964 1 franc coin is especially significant. France was undergoing profound transformation, emerging as a modern, industrialized nation while maintaining deep roots in Republican tradition. The Fifth Republic had brought constitutional reform, stronger executive authority, and renewed political stability, while the currency reform of 1960 had restored economic confidence. Under de Gaulle's leadership, France asserted a more independent, global stance, withdrawing from NATO's integrated military command and fostering a unique identity within the Cold War landscape. The coin thus reflects a moment in time when France was regaining its voice on the world stage, and the 1 franc coin served not only as a monetary tool but also as a symbol of this rebirth, circulating through the hands of a working, voting, and increasingly modern population. From a numismatic perspective, the 1964 1 franc coin is widely collected due to its place in the first wave of post-reform currency, though it is not rare in circulated condition. Having been minted in large quantities to meet the needs of daily commerce, its appeal lies in its aesthetic quality, political symbolism, and transitional significance. Coins in uncirculated UNC or proof condition are particularly valued by collectors, especially when they bear clear mint and engraver's marks. These coins represent not only a tangible connection to a turning point in France's monetary history, but also the continuation of a classical artistic tradition that had defined French coinage for over a century. In conclusion, the 1 franc 1964 coin is much more than a small piece of metal. It is a meaningful emblem of post-war renewal, national identity, and cultural continuity. With its graceful yet powerful depiction of La Sameuse, its wreath of peace and strength, and its emergence in an era of political and economic stabilization, the coin stands as a miniature monument to the spirit of France in the 1960s. While no longer in circulation, it remains a cherished piece for historians, collectors, and admirers of France's enduring legacy of liberty, resilience, and refinement. Top 3. The 1 franc 1976 coin of France stands as a remarkable artifact from a time when France was balancing modern economic growth with a strong cultural and political identity rooted in its republican ideals. Issued under the Fifth French Republic during the presidency of Valéry Giscard d'Estaing, this coin was part of the nouveau franc currency system, introduced in 1962 to combat inflation and restore fiscal credibility. By 1976, the 1 franc coin had become a staple of French currency, widely used in daily transactions across the country from bakeries in rural Provence to metro turnstiles in Paris. This small yet symbolically rich coin encapsulates the enduring spirit of the Republic, a blend of classical artistic tradition, revolutionary values, and economic pragmatism. It reflects a nation confident in its heritage yet committed to modernization, and its continued use into the late 20th century ensured it was not only a monetary instrument, but also a daily symbol of national pride. The obverse front side of the 1976 1 franc coin features the elegant and iconic figure of La Semeuse, or the sewer, a personification of France's republican and agricultural values. Originally created by famed engraver Oscar Roty in the 1890s, this allegorical figure had become one of the most recognized images in French numismatics. She is depicted in motion, walking to the left, scattering seeds with her right hand as the sun rises behind her. Her flowing robe and Phrygian cap, the latter a symbol of liberty in the French Revolution, convey strength, freedom, and renewal. The image of La Semeuse is not merely decorative but deeply symbolic, sowing the seeds of progress and a brighter future for the French Republic. The curves around the upper edge of the coin, identifying the nation and reinforcing its democratic identity. The reverse backside of the coin displays a clear and symmetrical layout. At the center is the denomination 1 franc, boldly struck in large capital letters, with the date 1976 directly below. Surrounding the denomination is an exquisitely detailed wreath composed of olive branches, oak leaves, and acorns. The olive branch symbolizes peace, unity, and diplomatic strength, while the oak leaves and acorns represent longevity, resilience, and the deeply rooted cultural strength of France. These natural motifs tie the coin to the landscape and the history of the nation, reflecting its reverence for nature, tradition, and the strength derived from both. Below the date, small mint marks are often visible. The cornucopia, the emblem of the money de Paris Mint, represents abundance and prosperity, while a nearby privy mark identifies the chief engraver overseeing production. Technically, the coin is crafted from pure nickel, giving it a bright silver-like appearance and exceptional durability, especially important for widespread circulation. It weighs approximately 6 grams, has a diameter of 24 millimeters, and features a smooth edge. These specifications ensured consistency in vending machines and public transportation systems and made it easy to handle. Its durability and aesthetic appeal allowed the 1 franc coin to remain in circulation for decades, helping anchor the French monetary system until the euro replaced the franc in 2002 and 1976. The 1 franc coin had considerable purchasing power, often used for newspapers, groceries, a coffee at a sidewalk cafe, or a metro ticket, its ubiquity making it an everyday object in the lives of French citizens. The historical context of the 1976 1 franc coin adds another layer to its importance. The mid-1970s were a time of social change, global economic instability, and growing European cooperation. France was navigating the aftermath of the 1973 oil crisis, which had introduced inflationary pressures and challenged post-war economic assumptions. President Giscard d'Estaing was pursuing modernization policies, encouraging technology and industrial innovation while maintaining strong social services and republican institutions. France's role within the European Economic Community (EU) was expanding, and discussions of monetary cooperation within Europe had already begun, discussions that would eventually lead to the euro. In this setting, the 1 franc coin was not merely a transactional unit, it was a symbol of French identity, economic resilience, and the balance between national tradition and global change. In the realm of numismatics, the 1976 1 franc coin is appreciated for its aesthetic elegance, national symbolism, and historical value, rather than rarity. It was minted in large quantities and circulated widely, meaning most examples available today are in circulated condition with modest monetary value. However, specimens in uncirculated UNC or proof condition, especially those with flawless surfaces and visible mint marks, are more desirable to collectors. For those who study modern French coinage, the 1976 issue is an essential part of the narrative, bridging the post-reform era of the 1960s with the coming euro integration of the 1990s. In conclusion, the 1 franc 1976 coin of France is a masterpiece of symbolic art and practical currency, embodying the core values of liberty, endurance, peace, and national renewal. With its iconic image of La Semeuse, its botanical symbolism, and its role during a pivotal period of modern French history, the coin serves as both a medium of exchange and a cultural statement. Though now obsolete in terms of legal tender, it continues to circulate in the memories of those who used it daily and in the collections of those who understand its profound significance in the economic, political, and artistic fabric of 20th century France. Top 4. The 1 franc 1977 coin of France is a historically rich and symbolically powerful piece of French numismatic heritage that reflects the nation's identity, values, and economic direction during the latter half of the 20th century. Issued during the Fifth French Republic under the presidency of Valéry Giscard d'Estaing, This coin was part of the post-war monetary structure following the introduction of the nouveau franc new franc in 1960. The new franc, equivalent to 100 old francs, was intended to stabilize the French economy, which had suffered inflation and devaluation after World War II. By 1977, the 1 franc coin had become one of the most recognizable and widely circulated denominations in France, used in daily life by millions of people across the country in an era characterized by modernization, social progress, and increasing European integration. The coin, though small in size, carried deep artistic and national significance. The obverse front side of the 1977 1 franc coin features the enduring image of Lasemius, the sewer, one of the most iconic allegorical figures in French coinage. This powerful feminine symbol of the Republic is portrayed in mid-stride, scattering seeds with her right hand across the land as the wind blows her flowing robe and Phrygian cap, a traditional symbol of liberty and revolution. This dynamic and poetic image was designed by the famous French engraver Oscar Roty in the late 19th century and originally appeared on French silver coins before being adapted to the modern nickel series. Lasemius represents not only agriculture and renewal, but also freedom, civic responsibility, and the forward motion of the nation. Surrounding her is the engraved in clean modern lettering along the coin's edge, affirming the state's republican identity and sovereignty. On the reverse backside, the coin displays the denomination 1 franc clearly in the center, with the year of minting, 1977, directly below it. Surrounding this is a beautiful symmetrical wreath composed of olive branches, oak leaves, and acorns. The olive branch is a traditional symbol of peace and diplomacy, while the oak tree, long revered in European tradition, represents strength, endurance, and wisdom. These botanical symbols not only speak to the natural beauty and richness of the French countryside but also subtly express the values of the Republic: peace through strength, stability, and a connection to heritage. Near the bottom of the reverse, just above the rim, collectors may find small mint marks, most notably the cornucopia horn of plenty, which represents the money de Paris, the French national mint. Alongside it, a small privy mark denotes the chief engraver responsible for coin production during that period. Struck in pure nickel, the 1977 1 franc coin has a silvery appearance and was manufactured to withstand regular handling. It weighs approximately 6 grams, has a diameter of 24 millimeters, and features a smooth, plain edge, which gave it a distinctive feel in the pocket. Its material was chosen for practicality. Nickel is durable, resistant to corrosion, and economically viable for large-scale minting. This made the coin ideal for everyday use in the markets, shops, cafes, and transit systems of France. During this time, the coin held a purchasing power equivalent to small daily items such as a newspaper, a coffee, or part of a metro fare, making it a central part of routine life for French citizens throughout the 1970s and early 1980s. The historical context of the 1977 1 franc coin is equally important. France in the late 1970s was navigating a complex socio-economic landscape. After decades of post-war economic expansion, known as the Trente Glorieuses, 30 glorious years, the country was beginning to face new challenges such as inflation, unemployment, and the effects of the 1973 oil crisis, which had shaken economies across the world. Yet there was also progress. Technology was advancing. Urban infrastructure was expanding, and France was becoming a key player in the evolving European Economic Community (EEC). The 1 franc coin, though small in value, symbolized France's economic independence, cultural continuity, and commitment to democratic governance. Even as the nation faced a rapidly changing world, it was not just a means of transaction, but a daily reminder of the Republic's ideals: liberté, égalité, fraternité, embedded in every interaction and purchase. In terms of numismatic value today, the 1977 1 franc coin is relatively common, due to its high mintage and widespread use, meaning it holds modest monetary value in circulated condition. However, it remains a beloved collector's item due to its classic design, strong symbolism, and historical relevance. Specimens in uncirculated UNC or proof condition, especially those with clear mint marks and no surface damage, are more desirable among collectors. Its place in a broader series of French francs leading up to the adoption of the euro in 2002 makes it an essential piece for anyone studying or collecting the modern monetary history of France. In conclusion, the 1 franc 1977 French coin stands as a poignant blend of art, history, and national identity. Through its powerful imagery of Lasemius, its carefully chosen symbols of peace and strength, and its practical yet elegant design, the coin serves as a compact yet profound reflection of the French spirit during a time of transition. Though it may now be obsolete as a legal tender, the 1 franc coin continues to sow seeds of appreciation among historians, collectors, and admirers of France's enduring cultural and numismatic legacy. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.